Hello students, how are you? Today we'll learn your first chapter Computer Fundamentals. Students, you know that a computer can perform a variety of tasks depending upon the instructions given to it. A computer first takes raw data and that is called input, process it and gives the result that is called output. So a computer performs three basic operations, that is input, process and output, to convert raw data into meaningful information. Students, you are already acquainted with the input and output devices. Data and instructions are given to the computer through input devices. Input devices include keyboard, mouse, scanner, magnetic ink character reader that is called MICR, then OMR, optical mark reader, tablet pen, webcam. These are all input devices. The data received from input devices are first converted into a form that is understood by the computer. Then that data is then processed in the CPU. After the data has been processed, the computer system then generates the useful information that is called output. Output is displayed on the output devices such as monitor, printer, projector and plotter. It can also be stored on storage devices. So storage is the fourth operation performed by the computer system. Now we will discuss CPU, Central Processing Unit. CPU is the brain of a computer. Actually, it performs all the operations depending upon the instructions given to it. It has mainly three components. Number 1, ALU, Arithmetic and Logic Unit. Number 2, CU, Control Unit. And number 3, Memory or Storage Unit. Now we will discuss the basic functions of all the three main components. Arithmetic and Logic Unit. This unit does all the arithmetic operations. Let us take one example. Suppose we want to multiply two numbers and that numbers we have given to the computer through the input device keyboard. That two input first sent to the memory of the CPU. From the memory they are sent to the ALU for multiplication. That is called processing. And the ALU performs the calculation and sends the result back to the memory. That result is called the output. Next we will discuss control unit. Control unit, this is very important part of the CPU. It manages and controls the activities of all other units. The control unit gets the data and instructions from the memory. It then tells the arithmetic and logic unit what operation to be performed on that data. Another important function of CU is to help in communication between the memory and the ALU. After the execution of an instruction is completed, the control unit sends a signal to the memory to send the next instruction. So instructions are always sent when the control unit asks the memory unit to send the instruction. It is also controls the flow of data from the input devices to memory and from the memory to output devices. Next comes memory or storage unit. A memory unit is a collection of storage cells together with associated circuits required to transfer information in and out of storage. This unit temporarily stores data and instructions that are used for processing. Now we will discuss input devices. You already know the most commonly used input device that are keyboard and mouse. Apart from that, there are many other input devices are there. Basically, an input device is a hardware component that is used to enter data into a computer. The input device converts the input received from the user into a machine readable format. The most commonly used input device, keyboard, allows us to input letters, numbers and other symbols into a computer. A keyboard has different keys that can be used to perform different functions. Another important input device is mouse. Mouse controls the movement of a pointer on the screen. It is also used to select various objects on the screen. A mouse has a left and right button. You can give instructions to a computer by clicking these two buttons. There is a scroll wheel between these two buttons to scroll up and down the page. Now we'll discuss optical mark reader OMR. This device reads pencil or pen marks on a specially designed sheet of paper. Such sheets are known as OMR sheets. OMR sheets are used in objective type examinations, also to fill application forms. Generally in OMR sheet, we darken the circle with the help of a pencil or pen, and that OMR sheet is read by the optical mark reader. Magnetic ink character reader MICR. These devices are commonly used in banks to read the special characters printed at the bottom of the check. These characters are printed in magnetic ink. Basically, MICR reads those characters and sends the information to the computer. Magnetic ink characters are difficult to duplicate. Therefore, these are extensively used in bank checks and drafts. Barcode reader. Student, when we purchase a product from the market, in that product you will find a group of vertical lines or bars. These bars contain information about the product on which it is printed. Generally, a barcode reader scans the barcode and sends the information in it to the computer. The computer then displays the details of the product, such as the name of the product, price, manufacturing date, etc. Mostly these devices are used for billing purpose. Digital camera. A digital camera captures and stores photographs on a memory card. The photographs can then be uploaded on a computer. Next we will discuss memory and storage devices. Memory is the hardware where the data and instructions are stored. There are mainly three types of memory: primary, that is called main memory; secondary memory; and cache memory. Primary or main memory. This memory holds the data and instructions on which a computer is currently working. These memory are small. It cannot hold large amount of data. The data in the primary memory lost when the computer is switched off. Primary memory consists of random access memory and read-only memory. Random access memory RAM consists of memory chips. It is the place in a computer where the data and instructions in current use are kept. A CPU can read data from it and also write the data onto it in a very short time. This RAM is also called a volatile memory because it stores data only as long as the power is turned on. The data on the memory is lost when that power is turned off. Read-only memory ROM. It is a permanent memory as the data once written on it remain there and cannot be changed. ROM is also called non-volatile memory because the data on the ROM remains there even the power is turned off. ROM tells the computer what to do after you switch on the computer. A CPU can only read data from it and it cannot write data in it. So the basic differences between RAM and ROM is RAM stores data temporarily and the data is lost when the computer is turned off, whereas ROM stores data permanently and the data remains there when the computer is turned off. Number 2, the RAM is known as volatile memory and the ROM is known as non-volatile memory. Number 3, RAM is used by the CPU either to read data from it or to write data onto it. But in case of ROM, it is only read data, that is, a CPU can only read data from it and it cannot write data onto it. Now we'll discuss secondary memory. Secondary memory is the memory in which data and programs are stored permanently. This type of memory is also known as external memory, like your hard disks, CD, USB, flash drives. These are all secondary memory or external memory. A CPU cannot access this memory directly. Now we'll discuss about few storage devices. Hard disk. A hard disk is a storage device. It is fixed permanently within a computer. A hard disk can store a large amount of data up to 3 TB in a small space. Another type of storage device is CD, compact disc. A CD-ROM is a small disk on which around 700 MB of data can be stored. These are of two types: CDR, compact disc recordable, and CDRW, compact disc rewritable. In compact disc, recordable records data only once, so data once recorded on it cannot be changed. It remains permanently there. A CDRW, compact disc rewritable, is reusable. Here we can erase all data and store new data on it. Another type of storage device is DVD, digital versatile disc. This looks like a CD but has storage capacity much more than a CD. It stores up to 4.7 GB of data. These are also of two types, DVD-R and DVD-RW. DVD-R is recordable once and DVD-RW is rewritable. Another form of reusable storage device is USB flash drive. These are also called pen drives. Pen drives are available with different storage capacities from 4 GB to 512 GB. Another popular type of storage device is memory card. Memory card or flash memory. It is a reusable memory chip. These chips are available with different storage capacities from 1 GB to 128 GB. Now we'll discuss about high-speed memory, and that is cache memory. It is a temporary memory used to store data that is likely to be used again. This memory is located between the CPU and the main memory. It is a high-speed memory and can be accessed very quickly. My dear students, it is enough today, and we'll discuss in our next video about output devices. See you in the next video. Bye bye.